All right, here we go. Morray.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
At long last, welcome to VladTV.
Appreciate that, brother.
Man, congrats on your success,
Hey,
man.
thank you, man.
I went through the whole catalog this morning, and you got some bangers.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
You know, like I think people know you for Quicksand and the J. Cole song, but there's some songs that are really, really dope, like Bad Situations and so forth. That's actually my favorite song that you've done.
Appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
I fuck with Bad Situations for real.
Yeah, I feel you. Well, it's your first time here. I want to start in the very beginning.
Okay.
So you were actually born in New York,
Yes.
but you moved to Fayetteville when you were a kid.
Yeah. Hell
Like,
yeah.
how old?
I want to say like it was like between born and like third grade, going back and forth between New York and North Carolina.
Okay.
'Cause I was born in Brooklyn, but I think my mom moved us down when I was like an infant for like 2 years, then came back to New York, and then went back.
Okay. Only child?
Yeah, I have a sister on my dad's side.
On your dad's side?
Yeah.
But you just grew up with
By
your
myself.
mom?
Hell yeah.
Okay. Yeah, like me. Only
Come
child
on
as well. Yeah. Alone is our friend.
Come on now, sometimes it's the fucking best. I be trying to tell people, bro.
Tells you, man,
that shit feels
the world
amazing.
revolves around us.
Oh yeah,
That's
come
how
on,
it works.
bro. I love it. Only child syndrome.
Okay, so you know your dad, but he wasn't really around?
From the minor years, I would say to like 9 or 8, he was there. You feel me? Like on and off, but majorly on around that time. It wasn't until after we moved to North Carolina for real, when I was like in 3rd grade, 4th grade, where he kind of like did his own thing.
Okay, so after that, did you see him much?
On and off. Like I said, like he came, like he had come for like 3 months at a time, and play daddy, play husband, do a stuck thizzle, and then I won't see him for like 6, 7 months, and then he'll come back and do the same thing, and they'd be like 2, 3 years, and whatever it is. You feel me? Regular shit.
I mean, did that bother you though?
It would bother anybody. Anybody that's going through like growing up as a young black man and anywhere, if you don't have that example of what it's supposed to be that, it's gonna be difficult to figure it out.
Okay, so you spent a lot of time with your grandparents?
No.
No?
No.
Well, your grandmother, she had 2 churches,
Yes.
and you sang in
Oh yeah, when I was a little kid, but I didn't spend time with my grandma. It's just
Okay.
that's her church, so I was always at church. So whenever I seen her, church.
Got it.
For sure.
Okay. So she actually owned 2 churches.
Yes.
It's a pretty big deal.
Nah, heck yeah. It's an amazing deal. And they right next to each other. There's one here and one here. Like you can walk out, turn the corner, and walk in.
Really? So why have 2 churches next to each other?
Well, the first church was our first family church. It was a very big church, a little older, and then they bought the building next to it and modernized the church. And then it became like the first one became like a daycare / family center, and then there's a church.
Okay. So you actually started singing in that church.
Yes, for sure.
Okay. And was that something that you wanted to do yourself, or did they kind of push you into it a little bit?
Well, you a kid, and so I didn't want to get up there and sing in front of nobody. Like that was the last thing I wanted to do was go up there and sing. My mom was like, "Oh, my baby, he be singing in the house. He come sing this song in front of the church." And I'm like, "Bruh, like I definitely was trying to go to sleep. Like I wasn't trying to go up there and sing no song, especially sing R. Kelly, I Believe I Can Fly." So it was like it was a lot, but it was the first time. It was a different feeling.
Okay. How well did you sing it?
I was 5. So how well did I sing it?
Yeah.
I was 5. So probably, I don't know. I believe I can fly. Probably.
That's pretty good.
Type
Okay.
shit.
All right. So funny how like R. Kelly, considering where he is, has made such timeless songs.
Yeah.
Like I've seen little kids sing
Yeah.
I Believe I Can Fly in the same way
Yeah.
you have. And
Come
now
on
you
now.
look at him, it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, the song is great. The person singing it, not so much. But, the song itself is amazing.
Yeah, the songs are great, but sometimes it's hard to separate the person from the music.
Yeah.
But the music was the music.
Okay. So you're growing up, you're singing in church sometimes, but your mom is struggling
Yeah.
a lot. You were actually homeless at one point.
Yeah. Shelters, women's shelters and things like that. And, we definitely had to figure a lot of things out, motels and, we had to hustle and thug it out type shit. Yeah.
What do you think was the worst experience from that era?
Honestly, my mom did a great job when we were going through that time. And that was like me under 8 years old. Like, I didn't know until I got older to realize what was going on. But back in them days, I wasn't focused on nothing besides going to school and listen to whatever my mom said. But if I had to pinpoint what was the worst, it was probably like just seeing her do it by herself. You know what I mean? Like, you know, seeing your mom cry as a kid and you don't know why she crying, but you want to have a good time or you want to have fun or you want to do something and she's telling you she can't because she really ain't got it, but you just disappointed because I can't go get this toy, I can't get this. And just seeing what she was going through now and like looking back is just crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay, so right around 12 years old, you started getting into a lot of fights at school.
Yeah.
Which caused the school to actually take you out of school and put you in other schools and so forth?
Yeah, heck yeah.
Why do you think you were fighting a lot during this time?
I was in a new place. I had moved to Pennsylvania, and I'm literally from North Carolina. Like talking and walking, I learned who to be me from North Carolina. So I'm a country boy in this city, and I didn't mess well with people. Like I didn't like how you talked. You too aggressive. I don't feel like you talking down to me. So it was fight or flight, and I ain't about to fight because I live here now. So it is what it is.
Right, because you actually had to do 6th grade twice.
No, I got kicked out of 6th grade in December, and they opened up a school for kids like me in the same year. So I just had to continue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you didn't actually repeat.
Yeah, I ain't repeat. I just had to continue.
Okay. And was it around this time you started getting, in the streets and hustling and so forth?
Pretty much. After that, I became like a major like follower. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like there was like no leader qualities in me at all. Like I just wanted to fit in, and I got tired of fighting everybody because I was different. So I just started like fitting in. Whatever niggas was doing, I was doing.
Right, not included breaking into houses.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, not of course, like it's a good thing, but
yeah,
you do the shit you do when you trying to fit in.
I mean, look, I'm sure at the time it was exciting and fun, but you look back on it as an adult, you break in someone's house, that might be the last thing you ever do. That person's justified blowing your head off.
Come on now.
So, that's a very dangerous activity. Yeah. So, as you were doing, did you realize, what might happen if someone was home and had a gun and so forth?
Nah, I'm gonna keep it a band. Like, me being around, at that time, who my homie was, I was the youngest one. So, I was just trying to, whatever niggas was doing, I'm doing. I'm trying to do it better, bigger, faster, because I got to prove my point. So I wasn't thinking about no consequences at all until, consequences happened. But other than that, I was just trying to fit in, like I said. Around them times, and, like I said, my pop wasn't there. I didn't really have no siblings. It was just Morray. My mom worked all the time, so I was just outside looking for, ways to just GIFI. Real rap.
Okay. And you started getting arrested at one point.
Yeah.
First in juvie.
Yeah, my first time, I was 12.
Okay. What'd they catch you for?
For breaking into houses, armed robbery, having firearms on me, underage, conspiracy to robbery, armed robbery, aggravated assault. There's a whole bunch of little stupid juvenile stuff.
What was the armed robbery about?
On Halloween, niggas did some stupid stuff, just being kids, it went from stealing candy to seeing people who had something nice. Now that I talk, it's crazy. Now talking about it out loud, I feel like a fucking weirdo. But we were just doing stupid ass kid shit. If that wasn't kid shit, I was just a kid doing shit I shouldn't have been doing. That's all it was.
Well, right, armed robbery. That means you pull out a gun.
Yes.
To rob somebody.
Yes.
Which once again could be the last thing you ever do.
For sure.
Any situations happen during these robberies?
Nah, honestly, like I said, it was a bunch of people. It was a bunch of us. So wasn't nothing gonna happen. Wasn't nobody gonna act bad to us because it was too many. And it just was, like I said, it was spur of the moment, stupid, young, adolescent, trying to fit in shit. I don't condone that shit now. I don't even like that shit now. Even talking about it right now, it's
Well, I mean, it says a lot in terms of how far you came.
Yeah.
And this is why I talk about it.
Yeah.
You have a line in Quicksand saying, flag out my ass, no quick brand. Mm-hmm. So you talk about, gangs and so forth?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, trying to fit in to what was around me. You know what I mean? Everybody knew it was gangbanging, whether you was Blood, whether you was a Crip, you was Latin King, MS-13, whatever you was doing, you feel me? I tried to fit in, so it is what it is.
Right, but this is North Carolina, so...
No, this is Pennsylvania.
Oh, it's Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. Ah, okay, got it. Okay, so what did you claim at that time?
Back then, again, I was a young nigga, claiming Westside Black Peace Zone.
Which is the Chicago gang.
Yeah, but somebody had brought it to where I was staying at. You feel me? So again, me not knowing, me just wanting to fit in, I'm following whatever the fuck seems cool at the moment, and I'm just doing what a reckless young nigga who trying to fit in would do.
Okay, so you're getting arrested, you're going to juvie, but then at 16, well, you were on probation at the time.
Yeah.
And you get into it with your teacher.
Yeah. Damn, how you know? Yeah.
I'm the feds. I know everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I was on probation at the time. I had just got out of a juvenile detention center, and I was on probation. Yeah.
What happens with the teacher?
It's weird. Like I said, think about it now, bro. I was fucking childish. I was writing a love letter to a girl. No bullshit. It's weird as fuck. And I wanted to give it to her after school. I had finished my work. That's one thing about being in an alternative school. If you smart, they let you slide with certain shit. So I'm in there finishing my work fast. So I said, fuck, I'm gonna be a little sweet nigga and write my girl a little letter type shit. Print it out. I folded up, draw on a little envelope. And then it was an intervention specialist. He had kind of came in and like grabbed him and was like, yo, you're not supposed to be doing this. You're supposed to be doing your work. And I was like, I already got permission from the teacher type shit. Like, bro, you doing a lot. Like, and he took my shit and he ripped it up and he threw it in the trash. And I was like, bro, I kind of fuck with you, OG. Like, I don't want to wig out on you. Like, just chill, cause he told me I could do this shit. So me, I wasn't always disrespectful to adults. Like, you got to get me there. You feel me? So I sat down. I started writing my letter again. Like, I'm like, this. I just told you where I was cool. I wrote it again because I didn't delete it. I just wrote the little name, printed it out. Same shit. He tried to snatch it again, and I'm like, oh, bro, hey, you about to get me tight, and I'm trying to tell you, like, I said I could do it. Long story short, he tried to grab it. He grabbed my shirt. I grabbed him and I headbutted him, and then we just started doing our thug thizzle, and I ended up getting arrested after I broke his nose.
I don't think I've ever headbutted anybody in my life. That's an interesting maneuver right there. Like,
if you close enough, I'm trying to tell you, it's gonna hurt you too, but it's gonna hurt them way worse.
Okay, so what? And your head went into his nose?
Before we finish, Mr. Ramos, my bad. I was a little nigga. I was not smart. You was really a cool dude, and I wish we would have talked about that. That's it.
Okay. So you headbutted him and you broke his nose.
Yeah.
So he calls the police.
My school did, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was in an alternative school, so like the not teachers, but they got a thing called intervention specialists. They're allowed to like grab you and hold you down or like slam you, wrestle you, whatever they had to do to get you to get on the ground. So they kind of held me down until the cops came and then ended up getting arrested.
Okay, and that got you a year and a half.
Yeah.
And that's the longest bid you did.
Yeah, for sure.
And this is real prison?
This is it's called PIC, and then it's also called Glen Mills. It's two systems in PA, and then it's also the detention center as well. So like I did all in those systems. Okay,
and you're 16 at the time?
Yeah.
So are there other 16-year-olds or are there adults?
Well, it goes from 12 to like 21.
Oh.
So like it's like
that's a huge.
It's crazy because you be in there for some shit that I'm doing, like breaking my teacher's nose, and then you'll see a 13-year-old who caught a body, and y'all like in the same fucking room, and y'all didn't do the same crimes, but it's like this little nigga is really reckless, like he going crazy, but you wouldn't know because he's 12, and then you'll see a 21-year-old who been there since he was 12 who getting ready to transition to prison. So it's like you know what I mean? We all in the same situation, but in different situations.
Okay, and you were getting into a lot of fights during this time.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
How bad did it get? Just regular fist fights, or was it getting more violent?
I know fist fights. You know, of course, you know niggas have knives, but nigga wouldn't pull out no choppers with no guns and trying to kill nobody. Like,
well, knives are knives.
I mean, yeah, type shit. But like, I wasn't like, oh shit, I'm about to up the pole. Back then, it wasn't like niggas was the most we had was some brass knuckles or like a butterfly knife or like a quick little something you could switch out, type shit.
Okay, did you ever get cut yourself or?
Just once, just like, again, you fighting and shit happens. It's a lot of people. A lot of the fights that we've been in was like brawls, school versus school, or gang versus gang, or this culture versus this culture. It was a whole bunch of like, where I lived at in Pennsylvania, it was really small, so it was like it was always some shit going. Always some shit going.
Look, you hear horror stories also
when
it comes to these types of situations. You hear sexual assaults and rapes and so forth. Was that happening at all?
Sexual assaults and rape?
Yeah, where you were.
Oh, where I lived at? Yeah.
Not where you lived at, but when you were locked up for 18 months.
Nah, wasn't nobody getting raped or nothing crazy like that. Like, nah.
Thank God.
I mean, the most you see like some fights or, you know, niggas trying to be tougher than what they is and may occasionally have something to stick a nigga with. But other than that, it's not nothing crazy. Like I said, it's still juvenile. Like, it's still what it is.
Well, you got your GED while locked up.
Yeah, I did.
And what's interesting is that, well, even at school, while you're getting in trouble, you were getting like A's and B's.
Nah, hell yeah.
You got your GED and you tested higher than almost anyone in the state.
Nah, for sure.
So you were like a super smart kid that was doing super dumb shit.
Yes. That's like, that's what I'm saying. Like the following instinct, I don't even know where that shit came from. But I had a different path for what I wanted to do. And that's why like I'm glad I'm where I'm at now, because that's not who the fuck I wanted to be. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, no, listen, I was in AP classes in high school and everything. And, you know, so you and I are probably similar in that regard.
Yes,
but,
sir.
you know, I got arrested once. But, you know, in general, I stayed out of trouble. And I was able to go to college and so forth. Like, it's interesting how just a couple of decisions could really take you in a whole different direction, regardless how smart you are.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, like thinking back on it, like I was locked up when So Sick came out by Neo. Which is like, that's so crazy thinking like back when people were trying to make more R&B music and fall in love, I was trying to be a tough guy. I did not. I ain't thinking all the way through. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Okay, so you get out.
Yeah.
And you get your girl pregnant.
Yeah, that happened a couple years later when I moved back to North Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's your first child?
Yes.
So you're around 19?
18, yeah. 18 years old.
18 years old.
Yeah.
Fresh out of jail, essentially.
Yeah.
With a felony on your record?
No, I had, again, I was lucky that it was under 18.
Oh, so expunged the record.
So it's expunged, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Type shit.
You started working construction?
Yes.
And you didn't have a car?
Nah. Oh, I know the story. Yeah, I had to walk back and forth to work. In North Carolina, if you know anywhere, I lived in Bonnie Doon in Fayetteville, and I had to walk to Fort Bragg. It's like a 25-minute drive from my house, but it's like a 3.5-hour walk because it's just highway. There is like no, like, there's nothing. It's just
walk on the side
you're
of the
just
freeway.
walking on the side or in the middle of the highway. And it's like, walking on the side in North Carolina is not smart at 5 a.m. or at like late 7, because we have like fucking coyotes and wolves and all these little fucking things that bump in the night. So I'm in the middle of the highway walking like this shit is crazy. And it's, that shit was, I hated that shit, but I did it for my seed, you feel me? So it is what it is.
Okay. So now you have one baby.
Yeah.
You're working construction.
Yep.
You got a GED.
Yep.
And you're barely scraping by.
I ain't even barely scraping. She didn't get scraped.
No scraping.
No scraping.
Okay. And around 21, that's when you started thinking about music?
Yeah, I had just had another baby.
That was baby number 2.
Baby number 2 at 21.
With the same girl?
Yeah, with the same one. I started like just listening to a lot of music and was like, yo, I could probably make this. Or I could probably make something similar. And at 21, I started just doing that. Again, following whatever I heard, I was trying to make the same music. And at 21, I started realizing like, yo, I want to do music, but I don't know how to. But I wanted to.
Well, I mean, you had your first baby at 19.
Yep.
Or 18 or so.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Second baby around 2021. Mm-hmm. I mean, was abortion ever like discussed?
No.
I mean, because is your girl around the same age?
Yeah, we were the same age. But
okay, so you got two kids barely out their teens.
Yep.
No real money.
Yep.
Now you're on kid number 2.
Yep.
You know what's coming with this.
Yeah, of course. And the kids didn't ask to be here. So it's not, I didn't think that was smart and again, it wasn't my decision. If that's something that she would have decided to do, I would have been hurt. But again, it's her body, so I wouldn't have been like, whatever it is.
Well, yeah, it's ultimately her decision, but it's usually a conversation with both people.
We didn't have that conversation.
Okay, so it was like, I'm pregnant, we're having the baby.
Simple as that. Like, I gotta take care of my seed. So like, if I gotta walk to work, if I gotta get odd jobs, if I gotta wake up at 5, 6 in the morning and go figure out how to get this money, I gotta figure out how to get it.
Okay, so now you have 2 kids.
Yeah.
Still the same construction job?
Nah, hell, and I lost that shit. Like, what? But with the first kid, I had the job for like 2-3 months. No bullshit. That walking was not it for me, so I couldn't do it every day. But I was having like, Circle K, fucking Wendy's, whatever job I could find, whatever job I can do, I'm just working at, just trying to make my bills get paid.
Right. Minimum wage, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Minimum wage, 2 kids.
Yeah.
And you started to work on your music.
Yeah.
But the music is making nothing.
Nothing at all.
And it's costing you money because you're having to go to studios and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
So as you're working on it, I mean, did you think that, okay, like this is going to hit at one point, or it's like, man, I just don't know?
Nah, I never think it was going to hit. It was fun, and then it became an outlet, and then it became something that I just used to just release my emotions. Because if you know about music, I write music for me, how I'm feeling and what I'm going through, and hope that people can relate. So that's what it was for me. It was just like a release. Like, yo, I can't pay for therapy, and I can't talk to the person that I'm going through this with. Write it down. And then I just found some beats, and luckily I had people who made beats, who I fucked with, who gave me free beats, niggas who I rock with, who let me get some free studio time. It was a lot of shit that helped me learn that I didn't have to pay for. That it was just off relationships, off genuineness.
Well, at one point you started working at a pork processing plant.
Oh, hell yeah, Smithfield Foods. Yeah.
Where you actually would cut out the small intestines out of pigs and stuff them. I mean, at one point, as you're sitting there with pig intestines in your hands, do you think like, what went wrong in my life to end me here? Because you're a smart kid. You could have gone to college. Yeah. You could have gotten a master's degree, a PhD. Like, you had the potential to do all that, but you're sitting here with pig intestines in your hands and 2 kids.
At that point, I didn't think about it like that. I was blessed the fact that I did everything I did in the past, and it hasn't bit me in the ass at that age I was at. Working at Smithfield, I think I was like 25 or 26. And I mean, I wasn't making a whole bunch of money, but you're making like $1,400 every 2 weeks. In North Carolina, that's okay. You're making 3 bands a month. Your rent's probably $750. You can have a little bit of something. You know what I mean? Now, that was okay to me. But again, Smithfield is one of those jobs where, like, you know, anybody can get hired, but also anybody can get fired. So, you know, I had it for a little while, and then they let my black ass go.
Okay, so right around 2020, you're 28 at the time?
Yes.
That's when Quicksand came together. Mm-hmm. Like, up to that point, was that your overall style, or was that kind of a detour from how you were making music?
It was a complete detour. All the songs, like from Street Sermons and when I started writing, it came out of out of nowhere. Cause I was a fast rapper. Like, I was talking about like on some like Logic / MGK. Like, I was trying to going crazy. But people always told me, like, nigga, we can't understand you. Like, it sounds like it's probably fire, bro, but we can't catch along. We can't go along with you. So, and I was just in the bathroom. I was just high one day, and I was just thinking about my past and what I've been through, and I decided to just write down the stuff that I've done as a kid. Like, I've never done like a song where it was like, Morray, this is your life. It's always a girl I want, or cars I want, or whatever you want, but not who you are. I think that was the switch of writing, like, okay, who are you, Morray?
Okay, now by this time you have 3 kids?
Yes. Yeah.
Same girl?
No.
Different girl?
Yeah.
Okay. 3 kids. Mm-hmm. And did you get fired from your job at a call center right around this time?
Yeah. Okay. So, damn. So yeah, you know a lot. So I was working at the call center, and I got fired because I quit because I wanted to focus on music.
Okay.
Yeah.
No job, 3 kids.
Yep.
No music career.
Nope.
But you have a song.
Yeah.
And you make a music video for the song.
Yes, I do.
Well, a guy actually approached you and said, hey, I want to shoot it for you for free.
My homeboy Jackson North. He went crazy.
So you put the music video together and you put it out, but it's not really reacting yet.
Yeah. And I think it got like 10,000 views the first month.
Okay. And then you get a phone call from someone.
Yeah.
Who is that?
I get a phone call from Mo Shalizi. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And he offered me opportunity to make the song go viral.
Okay. And Mo Shalizi of the Shalizi group, they work with DJ Marshmello?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So they manage him, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Shalizi group is a management group, yeah.
Got it. DJ Marshmello is a big deal.
Hell yeah.
A huge deal.
Yeah, he's up there.
Okay. You know him?
Of course.
You've seen him without the
helmet
and everything?
Of course, yeah. He cool as shit, I ain't gonna lie. Very, very, very solid.
Right. So, I mean, but is it really like a hip-hop management group? Or, because Marshmello is more, EDM.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I can't speak on what they got. I don't know if he managed him or they just like, I don't know if it's like just the management group or him and Mo, whatever it is. But I know I got signed to Mo Shalizi and the Shalizi group and Pick 6. And that's all his entity. You feel me? But I couldn't speak on what Morray got going on.
Okay, so you get offered a contract.
Yep.
Do you have lawyers or anything else like that at that point?
Nah. Nah, I ain't had no lawyer. Again, I got this phone call when a nigga was like, I was like down and out. I ain't had shit. Like, I was trying to figure out how to pay my cell phone bill. So at that point, nah, I couldn't afford no damn lawyer.
So you just signed?
Yeah, hell yeah.
What happens next?
What happens next is I get some bread, pay some bills, you know, smooth, go out to LA and record more music.
Okay. Off of their budget?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, and you had like 150 songs already done, but you deleted them all?
Yeah, I had like 100-something songs on my SoundCloud. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I had so much music, but it didn't sound like Quicksand or Switched Up or none of the songs I had on Street Sermons. I was like, I don't want nobody to see like me figuring out my voice or figuring out my sound because I didn't think it sounded good. But everybody was like, why would you delete the whole thing? You could have like just kept it and let people vibe off who you used to be. But I didn't think about that. I was just trying to get people to know the good music I got, not the bad shit I came from.
No, I feel you.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, when you put stuff together over time, like I look at some of my old videos and I cringe. Like, you know.
I was like, oh my God.
It's like between the quality and the way I do the interview, I'm like, oh.
Every song I'm saying, Morray. I'm like, no, like get rid of that shit, bro.
Well, why the name Morray?
It's my real name.
Oh, it's your real name?
Yeah, my actual name is Morray. So I wanted to keep it as simple as possible.
Okay, well, at one point, Quicksand starts to pick up.
Yeah.
To the point where it actually hits Billboard.
Yeah.
Now, this is before the record deal?
No, I think I was signed with Pick Six at the time of Billboard, yeah. I believe so.
Well, Pick Six is an indie.
Yes.
Or a production company?
It's an indie label. That's ran by Mo Shalizi.
Got it. So, with this indie label, Quicksand starts to take off.
Yep.
It hits 65 on the Billboard, on the Hot 100, and the views are starting to actually rack up.
Yep.
I remember in an interview, you were saying how, like for you, being in North Carolina, that 100,000 views like made you cry.
It was a lot.
It was like, yo, because no one around was doing that. I mean, of course you got J. Cole. Of course you got DaBaby.
Yeah.
But everyone else?
I mean, like who lived in my city, like who was living in Fayetteville. I live in Fayetteville. And I'm going to the convenience stores. I'm in Spring Lake. I'm on Yakin Road. I'm in Murchison Road. I'm everywhere, Skybo, and I have 100,000 views. I feel like the fucking man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like it was one of those things. Like I felt like if I stopped here, I still won. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, right. The other North Carolina rappers started to notice. J. Cole, I think, left a comment.
Yep.
Said the shit is amazing.
Yep.
DaBaby reposted. So now you got the big dogs in North Carolina cosign as they should.
Yeah, come on now.
You know? And I've interviewed both these guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, they're genuine music fans.
For real.
So to see someone else from their state get on, I can see why they would do it.
Yeah.
Did that make a big difference when they started doing that, or was the song already moving at that point?
The song was already moving. Like, it already had like millions of views. But I appreciated it because they didn't have to do that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's when you know it's genuine love, when it's like, okay, the song already took off, so the cosign is not needed, but them saying like, yo, it took off and we're proud of you that it took off, that's fired me. That's more fire than saying, yo, check out this artist from North Carolina, this is my... Nah, it's, yo, you're doing well on your own, I'm going to support it. And I fuck with that, I ain't gonna lie.
Okay, now you're signed to Pick Six.
Yeah.
But then you sign a deal with Interscope.
Yes, sir.
Were you involved with that deal, or did the management company essentially do that themselves?
I signed it, so of course I was involved, you know what I mean?
But sometimes it's kind of like, listen, we'll do it, we'll give it to you, or, or sometimes you're really hands-on with all the meetings and so forth.
I wasn't essentially hands-on.
Right, well, and that's what I'm saying, you really don't know the industry yet.
Nah.
You're kind of brand new, one song starts to take off, you're on a roller coaster.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't really understand what you're signing, the big picture. You don't really understand budgets and so forth. I'm not talking down. I'm just saying this is the reality of what you're going through at that time as a young man. That, it's not like, you've talked about this in other interviews, it's not like you spent years grinding, putting out, touring around the country, opening up for all these major acts on tour. It came relatively quickly with that song.
Yeah.
So it didn't really prepare you when it happened.
That's true.
So how did it feel to sign with Interscope?
I felt great. You know what I mean? Interscope was a major label, so like when I heard the deal was happening, I was like, oh shit, I'm on the same label that J. Cole fucked with, that DaBaby fucked with. I'm like, oh, it just makes sense.
Kendrick Lamar, Eminem,
it makes sense.
50
like,
Cent, Dr. Dre, Jimmy Iovine,
bro,
No Doubt. I mean, like we can
the
keep
names
going.
go crazy.
We can keep going on and on with these names,
bro. I was like, nigga, like the fact that they wanted to rock with me, and I met with like a lot of other labels too, and I was like, yeah, I'm fucking with them. Like that's the only one I didn't meet in person, but they reached out to my team like, yo, I want to work with them. I'm like, hell yeah, that's fire.
Was that a big bag?
I mean, the bag was bagging.
Okay, was that the most amount of money you'd ever seen?
At one time, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
What did you spend your money on first?
First thing I did was buy a house.
Okay.
I bought a house immediately. I just had to have a house. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You bought it flat out or you got a mortgage?
Flat out.
Flat out?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I bought my house flat out, and it's like there's nothing like that feeling.
That
knowing
feeling is
that you have the deed.
It's me.
Yeah.
Like you see, my name is me.
Right.
Like
the bank is not holding the deed.
At all. They can't tell me shit.
They can't take the house away from you if you miss a couple
all.
payments.
Come on now.
It's your house. As long as you pay the property taxes.
That's all I got. Once a year, you got that.
You're good. You're good.
You got that.
Okay. So now you got a deal.
Yep.
With Interscope. The record is taking off.
Mm-hmm.
When did J. Cole start to reach out and really talk to you?
He reached out to me before the Interscope deal. Before the Interscope deal, I had a phone call from Cole and his management, my management, Eve and Mo. We was on the phone talking about, just working together and, just wanting to figure each other out and, possibly do some music or whatever it is. It's just regular talking like, hey, like I see you, you're working, and I fuck with you, keep going type shit. Yeah.
Okay. Now, J. Cole starts working on his next album.
Yeah.
The Off Season.
Yes, sir.
You show up on the song My Life
mm-hmm.
with 21 Savage.
Yes, sir.
Was the song done by the time you got it?
When he told me to hop on the hook, I think he just got the verse from 21 or he was about to get it. One of those, I don't think he had it yet, but I think he's either about to get it or it's on the way. And he was like, yo, come to the crib. What you doing? I want to get you on the song. I'm like, nigga, that's the easiest thing you could have. I drove to the nigga house. I was like, what the fuck? I'm driving. I ain't got time to catch no flight. I'll be there in a couple hours. Don't even worry about it. Drove to his crib. And we just went over it together. He let me do it my own way. And then he did it the way that he wanted me to do it. And then we just mixed the ways together. And it just, working with Cole is always easy, bro. It's just fucking easy.
Okay, so did he write the hook or did you write the hook?
The hook was already written. The hook is a song already from, I don't know if you know, it's a playback to, I forgot the original song. But,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I just sung the words.
What song was it?
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. I cannot remember the name of the song, but dang. I'm drawing a blank here.
Hold on, let me look this up.
It's in my phone. I definitely forgot the sample.
Styles P?
There we go. Styles P.
The Life?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Styles P. Come on now.
Look, hip hop going full circle.
D block.
Yeah. Like
yes, sir.
Rappers are redoing
Got to.
songs from 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. I assumed it was like some soul song, some R&B song, but it's actually a hip hop song.
I made it, he asked me to make it more soulful. And it made it come together.
So who did the original hook on the Styles P song?
That I don't know either.
Hold on.
You got to do that. I'm keeping it big.
I'm going to pull this up because I'm learning something today. Hold on.
I was so damn excited when he told me, but I was like, yeah, it's lit. I ain't going to lie to you.
Okay, so I just listened to the Styles P version. That's Pharoah Monch on the hook.
Yeah.
From
Okay.
Organized Confusion.
Okay.
Yeah. I've interviewed him.
Shout to him too, because that hook was amazing. I ain't going to lie.
Aha. I learned something new today. So
Come
you
on now.
redid an existing hook.
Yes.
Okay. So unfortunately, no publishing or songwriting
Yeah.
or all that good shit that comes with original hooks.
But,
Right.
hey, but it got me a lot more. It got me a lot
I get it because that song reached number 2
Yeah.
on the Hot 100
Yeah.
and went platinum.
Yeah.
Now, Quicksand at that point, was it gold or?
I believe it was gold when that song came out. Yeah.
Okay, but J. Cole and 21 Savage, you got a song on steroids at this point.
Yeah, it's juiced up.
Now you got a platinum song and almost number 1 on the charts.
Yes, sir.
How did that feel?
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. It was a whirlwind. Like, it was so fire. Like, just to feel like, okay, this song I got with J. Cole was on his album. And I'm like, yo.
Yeah.
Okay, for one, the fact that you asked me is crazy. 2, it's on the album. 3, I'm seeing the album come out. And I'm like, boy, my life is going kind of crazy. Like, what the like? Cause my favorite song is a Miri, like on his album. I love that ba-da-ba. Like the way he composed it was crazy. I'm like, damn, my life is going this crazy. I'm like, hold up, Grammy come up. They're like, oh yeah, you might get nominated for a Grammy. I said, I might get nominated for a fucking Grammy, nigga. Bro, I'm in their house hype. Like I wrote the whole song myself. I ain't gonna lie to you, and I didn't write. I just sang it.
Was this song nominated?
Yeah, it was.
Okay, so you're
Yeah.
Grammy nominated Morray.
Yeah.
That's not just Morray anymore. You're Grammy nominated Morray.
Talk your shit.
Say the whole thing.
You gotta say the whole blood
like a Tribe Called
team.
Quest.
A pimp named Slickback. Say it with
there
me.
We go. There, you know the reference.
Come on now.
You know, I was actually on the Boondocks.
For real?
Yeah.
Who you play?
Myself.
Oh shit. You played yourself on that motherfucker?
I'll just play it for you.
Bro, that's hard as shit. I gotta see that, bro. Boondocks was my shit, bro. Nah, Boondocks is a cultural, like, crazy show. That's hard. Rest in peace, John Witherspoon. Yeah, that's hard. That's hard. Hey, it's funny part, when you played it, I know the episode. That's the crazy part. That's fire and shit. Yeah, that's fire.
Yeah, being in the Boondocks was one of my highlights, man, because I love the show so much. And I remember I was talking to Carl Jones. He's like the co-writer and the main artist. And yeah, I remember I called him up one day and I'm like, yo, man, why don't you put me on the show? And he's like, yo, I got a part for you. Hold on.
That fast? Damn.
It was that, yeah. Next thing I know, I'm in Sony Studios laying it down and, and they're, taking pictures of me to make the cartoon versions of me. And
that is fucking
Yeah, I was actually wearing that outfit
Yo,
on
that's
the day that I
tough
did it. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Shout out to the Boondocks.
Yeah, I need to do something like that. That's hard. That's hard.
Oh, okay, so you get on the song, and then J. Cole goes on tour.
Yep.
And he takes you with him.
Yes, he does.
To do that song.
Yeah.
Did you guys build a lot while on tour?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I learned a lot. I think I really went there and really learned how to, like, control the stage and perform in front of that kind of, crowd. And bro just taught me a lot of professionalism, you know what I mean? Like with the tour and me performing Quicksand, he let me perform Quicksand on his stage. Like, on his set. Okay. Like before he was over, he let me perform Quicksand and then we did My Life and he did like 2 other songs and it was over. So I'm like, bro, like I got to perform in front of 30,000 people my song because I'm the opener. It was me, 21, and then Cole. So the fact that I get to sing a song again in front of everybody and he just tell them to put their phones up, it was like, bro, I felt like a fucking superstar, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I appreciate Big Bro for that. Like he put me on. Well,
didn't he tell you to scrap your album a couple of times?
Yeah. Cole came to the crib one day. my girl had to tell me like what he was saying. I'm playing the game, smoking, like no bullshit, regular shit. He like, oh, you in the crib just chilling type shit. I was like, hell yeah, album done, whatever. Sent to him. He like, oh, this the album? I'm like, yeah, he like, you ain't gonna do nothing else. Like, this is what you, okay, cool. And like, we talked, we chilled, and then he left. And I'm playing the game still. I'm smoking. My girl like, you ain't hear what he just said? He said, you ain't smoking the game and smoking the weed and playing the game. I said, yeah, he just saying what I'm doing. She said, no, he's saying like, you shouldn't just be playing the game and smoking weed. You should be doing shit. And I heard it and I listened to the project again and took his notes. I'm like, oh, nah, I gotta figure this out. And I definitely scrapped that motherfucker. I ain't got none of them songs. I scrapped all that shit.
From your point of view, later on,
yeah,
when, Kendrick ended up calling out, Drake and J. Cole, and then J. Cole responded with the diss record, and then retracted his response and took it down and even said that, that shit was lame and, I don't want to push that anymore. What did you think at that time?
I mean, I thought it was Cole. Cole was a very mature individual. You know what I mean? He's not gonna do something just based off emotion. He's not a move off emotion. You feel me? I think that was his way of saying, you know what? I moved wrong of how I normally would when it could have been a conversation to Kendrick or I can text this nigga. Like I ain't gotta, you feel me? So I think he made the best decision for him. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's what he decided to do, and I support him. You feel me? That's my dog.
Well, look, I mean, from a battle perspective, a lot of people had a lot to say.
Yeah.
The song itself was not all that great, to be honest, in the grand scheme of things.
I mean,
in terms of what J. Cole was saying and trying to say that Kendrick had weak albums and stuff like that. And at the time, a lot of people criticized him for it. But when you look back and see what happened over time and where Drake is right now with Kendrick performing A minor on the Super Bowl, like J. Cole could have had some of those shots along the way.
I don't think he took the song down out of fear or if something would have happened. I just think like, again, that's not cold. You feel
Right.
me? Like,
What I'm saying is, had he not taken the song down and maybe made another song or two, and Kendrick would have had one or two songs just for J. Cole, Not Like Us could have been about J. Cole. In a different universe,
and again, like,
and being performed at the Super Bowl, and
it's always good to have the hypothetical, but we'll never know because he took it down.
He took it
but
down.
Support to all them brothers, you know. This was a great battle. It was a great vibe. You feel me? Drake did his thing, Kendrick did his thing. Hey, and it's still going crazy right now. So congratulations to them brothers.
No, look, I think J. Cole ended up being the smartest one out of the whole, out of that whole situation because, like I said, he quickly just said, never mind, not my thing. Drake kept going, and ultimately Drake took his first real loss.
If you think about it, Kendrick didn't diss Cole that warranted a diss track.
No, he said, "Fuck the big three,
nigga, it's just big me." So,
yeah.
in my mind, as another man, I'm like, okay, maybe I overreacted. Maybe I was like, "Yo, this not for me," type shit. So he just took it down, and he said, "I might delete later."
Yeah,
he told y'all, I might just be on some shit. And you feel me? And then he, as a man, he stood on his 10. So anybody got anything negative to say about Cole, I just say, like, that's a solid ass person. And that's my dog, so I ain't tripping.
Okay, so you put out your first mixtape, Street Sermons.
Yes, sir.
Why a mixtape, not an album?
In the beginning, I was making song like after song after song after song, trying to recreate a sound that was being asked of me, and the project was put together. I didn't really have hands in Street Sermons. I just made the songs and they put it together and that kind of shit. So I don't know why I wasn't an album or a mixtape. I just know that they my songs that I wrote and then they put it out.
Right. Debut number 4.
Yeah.
On the Billboard 200.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Around that time, academics called you an industry plant.
Yeah.
Which, academics is my man. We had dinner, a couple of weeks ago. Mm-hmm. And I think people in media like to play with that term, but I don't think any of us really believe it's a real term.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you can't just pick someone out of a crowd and say, okay, we're going to make him an industry plant and suddenly give him all this fame that's not deserving. Like, you actually had a song that reacted, which is why you got to where you are.
For sure.
So when people like academics started calling you an industry plant, how'd that make you feel?
Honestly, I'm gonna keep it a band. Like, I didn't even know what the fuck he was talking about. So when they kept saying industry, I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean? And then when I found out, I'm like, bro, if I was an industry plant, I would be excited to the fuck, like, to have everything handed to me. Like, I don't even really watch Bull or like be involved with Bull got going on. So I didn't hear about it until somebody told me, oh shit, bro like, oh, whatever. Like, it is what it is.
Well, by the time that you get signed and you go on tour with J. Cole, are you married at that point?
Yeah.
Okay, to your first wife?
I was married twice, so I was married to my second wife at the time.
Okay, so when were you married to your first wife?
When I had my first kid, she asked me to marry her.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys got married. When did you get divorced?
After my second kid.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then you get married again?
Yeah. After my third kid.
After the third kid?
Yeah.
To your kid's mother?
Yeah.
Why get married every single time like this?
The first time, I'm gonna keep it a band, like, she asked me, there was people watching. I didn't know what to do, and I wasn't used to like a girl like getting on the knee asking the nigga to marry. So I was like, yeah, type shit. You mean whatever it is, you feel me? I didn't even know we was gonna like be for real until the nigga she was like, yo, let's go to the courthouse. I'm like, oh.
This is real.
Okay, so shit. Yeah. How much this shit? Let's just do this real quick. Like, it wasn't like in love. We were just young. She already had a kid. I was having a kid with her, so she probably was like, okay, raise my kid too, type shit.
Okay.
I'll fuck it up.
So then you get divorced.
Yeah.
Then you get married to your second
my youngest kid's mom.
Right,
Yeah.
your third kid.
Yeah.
Well, what was that situation around?
It was a relationship that we had, ups and downs, and it's ran its course. That's really all it was. You know what I mean?
All right. I mean, you said how a lot of dudes from the South, they get married.
Yeah.
They don't just date for 5 years. They
Not
actually
really.
get married.
Yeah.
So you get married again.
Yeah.
And how long does that marriage last?
I want to say like 3 years
Okay.
of marriage. Yeah.
What caused the divorce?
Just differences. Before the music, it was problems. During the music, it was problems. So it just made the most sense to be like, let's just separate and let's just call it quits. Neither one of us is happy. You know, it is what it is.
Well, I mean, but at that point, you're going on tour.
Yeah.
There's women.
Yeah.
There's groupies.
Yeah,
there's
of course.
fans.
Yeah.
All three.
That's all that.
All that mixed together.
Oh, you asked me that I cheat?
Well, you said you cheated.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
And she knew it was open. She understood. Like, it wasn't like I was out here just doing shit willy-nilly. Like, I told you.
Yeah.
And then I told you when I didn't want to be together anymore, you know, it's not my fault if you tell somebody, hey, look, I'm not happy, I want to go, and they tell you no.
Well, here's the thing though. I don't know what it's like in North Carolina, but like for example, California, New York, they're called no-fault states, meaning that the cheating doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter who cheated when there's a divorce, but the money matters. Yeah. Wherever you go. And at this point, you now have more money. Mm-hmm. So was that divorce messy at all, or?
It's about as messy as any other divorce. You feel me? Like,
oh no, there's some really messy divorces and there's some relatively clean divorces.
It's not messy to the point where, like, you know, I'm pulling my hair out, but you know, you got to give and you got to take. You win, you lose. So that's all it is.
Okay, so now you have your mixtape out. Quicksand blew up. Yep. You got the song with J. Cole. Yeah. But you started having issues with your management.
Yeah.
Okay, now this is Pick Six?
Pick Six, yeah.
Okay, now these are the guys who found you.
Yeah.
And I remember, you know, in the early interviews, you were like, I'm loyal to my team, I would never sign anyone else, you know, these are the people who changed my life and so forth. So how does it go from that to, you know, now there's problems?
I'm gonna keep it a bit, like, there's no point to like always drag or dwell on it, because I talk about it in my music so much, and with this project I'm dropping, like, you're gonna hear about it. It's just differences, man. A lot of things happen that, again, like, I'm in this game, newborn baby. I don't know anything. Then, you know, certain stuff you hear you don't like. It's okay, you know, we just at odds, we're at differences. Let's separate. There is no like bad blood, ain't no hard feelings. It's just, I don't think that was the best fit for me.
Well, does it have to do with them not allowing you to put out music when you wanted to?
Part of the reason, yeah, but like I said, like it was a lot of internal and a lot of emotional and a lot of stuff that wasn't just business. That's like, you know what? I think it's best if we just separate.
Well, okay. So I'm just trying to go through the timeline. Yeah. Because was that around the time that you just stopped releasing music?
Pretty much. I kind of stopped releasing music because I didn't know a lot of the industry, a lot of the game. I didn't know a lot about my music, or, you know, where things were coming from, where things were going. It was a whole bunch of like unknowns, and I don't like being in the place of darkness when it revolves around me. And, you know, and when I got the answers I wanted, when some questions wasn't answered, it's like, okay, I feel like I can get my own answers. I can do my own thing by myself the same way. So I'd rather be on my own than have to depend on people that I don't fully or 100% trust type shit. So like,
yeah, I mean, a lot of times this is the friction between the artist and the label and the management. You know, I remember me and Riff Raff got into a long conversation about this, about, you know, he signed a Diplo, who's a very accomplished producer, and they had a, you know, I forgot who his deal was initially, but it was like, you know, they put out an album, it did well, and it's like, he wants to drop more songs. And the label's like, don't drop more songs, keep working on this album and keep dropping, you know, keep making better songs. Yeah. And there's a conflict of, well, I just want to drop stuff to keep my fans happy, as opposed to, no, we should wait until we really have those songs that are really going to blow up. Yeah. And sometimes both parties don't agree to what, you know, is a great song. Yeah. Is that kind of what was happening with you?
In short, sometimes. It wasn't a majority of, it was just confusion about who's running what, who's making decisions, it was a control thing, not so much as a music thing. Like, it wasn't so much of, they didn't agree with what I should put out, because I was making music and they were saying we should do it, but it was like the way we were doing it, I wasn't happy with, you know. And then, like I said, I'm not going to dwell too much on, because, you know, again, I'm cool with most people that I've had the issues with, or we've already talked and whatever it is. It just, I didn't agree, they didn't agree, so we agreed to disagree and separate.
So you're officially gone. You know, gone off the management situation and so forth. Yeah. Well, and I mean, during that time, a lot of artists were working with you.
Yeah.
Polo G.
Yeah.
Lil TJ. Benny the Butcher.
Yep.
Corday.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Come on now.
And what was dope, which I didn't realize until this morning, going through the catalog, you and Mo 3 recorded together.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I interviewed him before he passed.
Oh, that's hard. That's my guy.
Yeah, Mo 3 never really got to see how dope he really was.
Bro, I don't think so either, bro.
You see what I'm saying? It's like all the attention came like after he died.
Yeah.
And suddenly people start going through this catalog.
And realize he had so much fucking music, bro.
Yeah.
He's low key the GOAT to me. I'm gonna keep it a band.
The two of you kind of like remind me of,
Come on now.
It's like the same style. You guys, kind of even look alike a little
That's
bit. You know what I'm
fire.
saying?
Come
And when
on
I
now.
heard both of y'all together, I'm like, oh yeah, of course.
Bro, I really listen to Mo 3. Like I really look up to Mo 3. Just the music, the energy. When we shot the video, we was around his people. And like they would let me know, like, bro, you kind of remind me of 3, like the energy, or like how you always want to slap box a nigga, how you always want like joke and talk shit. Like that's just who I am, and I wish I would have had the chance to like really do a song with Mo 3. Like the songs that I deleted on my SoundCloud, like I said the nigga name so much, like bro, because I really fuck with him, like the long way. You feel me? No bullshit.
I remember in our first interview, he talked about all the beef. In Dallas and all the situations and the snitching and the hating and everything. And I remember I said, man, you just need to move away. You need to get up out of there. I quoted Boosie, the whole hypnotized with hatred thing. And he was like, yeah, man, I know, but no one's going to run me out of my city and no one's chasing me down and so forth. I know how to move and so forth. And someone literally chased him down and killed him in his own city. When you heard that news, what'd you think?
I ain't gonna lie, like that. I get tired of hearing that shit. I really get tired of hearing people killing people who are the same people over stupid shit. Niggas don't even want to fight no more. Like I think niggas was scared Mo 3 was gonna put them paws on niggas, so they ain't want to fight. Even like I get tired of hearing about the next person died because of so and so or so and so. Like. It's annoying to know that we lost a person, a talent, a father, you feel me, a friend, off probably something that's not even talked about today. Niggas ain't talking about what happened, why it happened, or what the beef was about. It's just...
Yeah, I heard it was over a girl. I heard it was over, he was messing with some girl and the dude caught feelings. I mean, and honestly, I would say if you look at prisons, probably 70-80% of dudes in there is there over a girl, they just won't admit it.
I'm not for no female. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
You risk my life, take your life.
Yeah.
No, bro.
Then you go to jail and she starts fucking someone else.
She probably gonna hit the nigga, probably start smacking the nigga you beefing with. Like,
right.
Bro, there's a lot of them out here. That's really weird, twin. Like, unless you put a ring on it, and even then, I ain't gonna kill you, twin, but I will beat the fuck out you. Simple as that.
In the words of my man TK Kirkland, it's not your pussy, it's just your turn.
Who raised you?
Who raised you? Exactly.
TK funny
Y'all
as shit.
out here killing women.
Yeah, you out here
and then killing yourself.
Y'all niggas is pussy, killing for the pussy, and ain't getting no pussy. Who raised you? That nigga funny as hell. TK a gangster.
Yeah. Well, so recently you actually announced your first project in 4 years.
Yeah.
Long story short.
Yes, sir.
Mixtape once again.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is coming out through Empire.
Yeah.
So you're not on Interscope anymore.
No.
Oh, so when you left your management, you left Interscope. Now, I mean, listen, Interscope is no joke.
Not for sure.
You know, you have the right project. They got that machine that'll press that button and suddenly you're on every radio station, you're on every morning show. You're like, listen, VladTV used to be in Universal. I understand the power that these labels have.
Hell yeah.
Why'd you decide? I mean, because you could have switched management and still stayed with Interscope, right?
Oh, yeah.
So why?
Honestly, I just wanted to just separate from all the stuff that brought me any kind of like confusion. Like I said before, like I finally feel like I'm in charge. I finally feel like I'm in front. I'm not just in the passenger seat while my car's being driven. Like I'm actually at the wheel now. So like you don't have that at major labels of when like, okay, I feel like this music is this, or I feel like this rollout is best, or I feel like no one gives a fuck about how you feel. They think this gonna work, and then when it doesn't, it's like we'll just revisit or we'll shelf your ass. And I like working with, you know, smaller labels because they care personally about, you know, what you got going on. And you got more of a content, but like, I don't like this, take this down, do it again. They like, okay, cool, because I got your direct number. Now I got to call this person, to call this person, to call this person, to call them to get back to me in 2 weeks.
Yeah, shout out to Ghazi.
You feel me? Type shit.
That's my Bay Area brother right there.
Smooth.
We both came from the same place and got to where we were. But yeah, no, it's a good label. I mean, I work with Empire a lot. We've done a lot of their artists over the years, you know, and listen, it's not a guarantee, but they'll do their best.
Not for sure. And I'm really basing it on me. Like, I'm not really, like, I don't really want or care about the system. I care about the music I'm making. I care about how I'm putting it out or who I'm reaching, who I'm talking to. Like, to me, like, this industry, I don't really give a fuck about it. I just really care about the music, bro. Like, like I said, I make music to feel better. And whoever hears my music, you feel better, I did my fucking job. That's all I care about.
Okay. Any features on this?
No, this is a mixtape with just me. I called it Long Story Short because everything you asked me is in the project.
Okay.
Some way, somehow, some form, your questions will be answered. Each song is gonna let you know what I've been doing from the time I got signed to the time where I'm at now. It's in chronological order. You shouldn't miss anything. And I couldn't do that with help. No one could tell my story but me. That's why I said this can't be my debut album because I have so much more on my album I need to put out, and that comes with actual work. But I had to give my fans and people who fuck with me and who don't fuck with me yet something to hang on to.
Well, look, man. I mean, the talent's there, the music's there, and when you look at, you know, the catalog, you have. I mean, of course, there's Quicksand and My Life, but you know. Bad Situations, 20 million streams. Low Key, 17 million streams. In My Blood, 13 million streams. So there's a lot of songs with millions of streams. Switched Up, 15 million streams. Can't Use Me, 10 million streams. Mistakes, 7 million streams. These are all really, really solid numbers.
Thank you.
Which means that the fans are really interacting with these songs. I mean, because you've seen this. I mean, look, you've seen artists that would get streams like this and they'll put out a project and end up getting 10,000, 8,000 streams on songs. Like, things could drop very, very quickly in this business when you're just not on people's radar anymore. But I mean, to have a catalog like that is dope. It means that people actually fuck with the music. You know, so congrats on that, man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. But you know, at the end of the day, man, you know, looking forward to what you got coming up.
Yes, sir.
You know,
yes, sir.
we actually, I don't know if you know about this, but we reached out when you were on your run like 4 years ago through an interview, and they turned us down.
See, again, I never even...
You probably didn't know it.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Back in them days, I didn't even run my social media. So it's like, I didn't even know. But I have messages from people that you would look at like, oh, this motherfucker wrote me in 2021 and y'all just opened it? I could have, you feel me? Like...
That's the thing with management and PR. Like, a lot of times they make decisions
for you
on behalf of the artist without letting the artist know.
Bro, half the time we don't know what the fuck going on, bro.
Yeah, like I remember me and Sweetie, there was this whole back and forth that happened a few years ago where it was like we got turned down for an interview by like the PR at Warner Brothers. And I just like was like, man, fuck this. Like, you know, like I remember she sold like 5,000 copies, and I was like, you know something? If Sweetie actually done an interview with us, she would have easily doubled that. And you know, and that went viral, and she responded, and she was like, I didn't even know you even offered an interview. In fact, I fuck with you. Like, I'm watching a Snoop interview right now. Like, well, what the fuck? And I'm like, see. Fuck these PR people, because they have their own little grudges and their own, like, you know, and it's like, oh, they'd rather send the artist to go do a radio station and get 500 views as opposed to doing a real platform and end up getting 5 million views.
That's what I'm saying.
So yeah, man.
Shout out to my team, my PR team who working for me. Y'all niggas don't do that, so I appreciate y'all.
Well, I reached out to you directly.
Now, and I responded directly.
You responded directly.
Yeah, for
and then we're like, yo, let's exchange numbers.
Yeah,
like,
let's just do it.
Let's just do it.
That's how I am now. Like, if I wish I would have had that my fucking script back then.
Every artist, man, like, and that's the thing, like, to everyone's listening right now, it's cool to have a manager, and a PR team, and everything else like that. There's a famous term called trust but verify.
Yeah.
Ronald Reagan said it back in the day.
Okay.
It's cool to trust the people around you, but you should also double check their work every so often.
For sure.
Because they're going to do shit on your behalf without telling you that you may not agree on.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, back then, a VladTV interview could have actually been impactful for you.
Yeah.
You know, but instead, you didn't even know about it.
True.
You know, so.
Nah, for sure. That's how it is. Like, even, but besides managers, homies, friends, people you work with.
Whoever.
Whenever they think that they have a contact to you, oh, bro, I know I can get you. Like, no, you cannot.
Yeah.
Like, if you ain't talk to me directly, or Mikey, or Chase from Agency 78, it ain't happening, brother. I don't know what's going on.
So, you have your girl with you right here.
Yeah.
You guys are engaged?
Not right now, but soon.
No?
Soon.
Well, you're getting engaged.
so
you're about to get married for the third time.
Listen,
for the third time.
This time it will be done
32, right?
different. Yes, sir. It's gonna be done differently. It's gonna be a real wedding, a real everything. No courthouse, no quick fast, none of that bullshit.
Yeah. Y'all getting a prenup?
I don't know. We ain't talk about that, and we ain't gonna talk about it right now. He trying to start some shit. We gonna talk about that later. See, look, we had a good ride. We'll keep this ride good.
Right. Hey, man, listen. Well, I just tell everyone that, look, marriage is, end in divorce 60% of the time.
Yes.
Right? You had 2 of them, and
so
far,
it's 100% for me.
Right, before you even hit 30, right?
It's 100%.
100%. Now, knowing that, including your own track record, why not put something out? Now, a prenup doesn't mean that the other person gets nothing.
Yeah.
It could mean all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
And it never includes child support, because child support can never be included in a prenup.
Yeah,
child support is just child support.
Yeah, it is.
But in terms of a prenup, something that both of you can agree on, at that time, if something happens and things don't work out, which is the majority of the time they don't, it just ends up making a smoother transition.
For sure.
Where both people understand, what they're getting out of the situation, so you don't have to sit there and fight over finances and everything else like that.
But I don't really think I'm gonna have that issue. At this point, like, she been with me through a lot. Like, this my homie, you feel me? And like I said, we haven't had that conversation, but when we have it, we'll have it.
I just put it in there.
And whatever the answer is, the answer is.
She's like, fuck,
I ain't put no pressure on my little
hate that motherfucker. You're never going back there again.
Protect my essence too, baby.
Hey, look.
Well, it protects her as well.
It does. It
protects her as well. You think Rihanna gonna marry ASAP Rocky without a prenup?
Shit. Come on now. Shit.
She way richer than him.
Word.
Especially in his situation right now. Like.
Oh nah, yeah. Hey. Yeah.
Exactly.
Prayers up for ASAP.
Exactly. Morray, man, congrats to your success, man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
I just feel like it's just pure talent.
Thank you, brother.
It's not a certain style that was popular at the time. It wasn't a dance.
Yeah.
It wasn't a hairstyle.
Yeah.
It wasn't the way you dressed. Or it wasn't, anyone even co-signing you in the beginning. Of course, the J. Cole song helped later on, but that was after you had a hit song already.
Yeah.
That was him just kind of recognizing what you're doing already and saying, okay, I want some of this over here.
Yes, sir.
So, I feel like you legitimately got to where you are. And I feel like you have a long career ahead of you, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that, bro.
No doubt.
I got to send you the link to the project, too. No bullshit.
I got to hear it.
It's going crazy.
I got to hear it. That's what it is. Till next time.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Peace.